The whole process of mental adjustment and atonement can be summed up in one word: gratitude. Those are words from this book, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Waddles, first written in 1910 and one of the precursors to many of the success books to come, including Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich and Ernest Holmes's The Science of Mind. Wallace Waddles wrote about the idea of riches, but he's not talking about just wealth. This also includes the ideas of your physical health, your relationship success, anything that is an area where you can focus your mind, and that was his principal focus, you can be successful at. We're going to talk more about the chapter on gratitude in today's episode. Hi, I'm Thor Chalgren. Welcome to Everyday a New Thought, where every day I share a new thought, a new perspective. In today's episode, it's the second part in a series where I'm looking at 4 chapters from The Science of Getting Rich that are recommended by people, including success author and speaker Bob Proctor. He said there are 4 chapters that if you read them every day for 90 days, you will become a more successful person. So in yesterday's episode, I talked about the first chapter, and I'm going to summarize that real quick here in a second. Today is chapter number 7. So yesterday he said read chapter 4. Today we're talking about chapter 7, which is about gratitude. So let me sort of quickly summarize and get us up to where we are right now. And I'm going to quote Wallace Waddles here. He says, this is basically the precepts of how to adopt this way of thinking. He says, first, you believe that there is one intelligent substance from which all good things proceed. Second, you believe that this substance gives you everything you desire. And third, this is where we are today, you relate yourself to it by a feeling of deep and profound gratitude. So yesterday, just to quickly summarize, he was saying there is this substance out there and you put your thoughts into it, and then that substance becomes the thoughts. Basically, thoughts are things. So today he's talking about the importance of gratitude. Essentially, it's the how of how do you do this. If he's saying thoughts are things, you can put your thoughts out there and get back what you're thinking of, then the question is, how do you do it? He's saying it's gratitude. So I'm going to read a couple of quotes here and then unpack them and get us to that understanding of what he means by it. So he says, many people who order their lives rightly in all other ways are kept in poverty by their lack of gratitude. He goes on and says, the more gratefully we fix our minds on the supreme when good things come to us, the more good things we will receive, and the more rapidly they will come. And the reason simply is that the mental attitude of gratitude draws the mind into closer touch from the source from which the blessings come. So the idea of gratitude, not a new thing. We probably heard this a million times, right? But here is Wallace Waddles in 1910 pointing out one of the most important points that he wants to make is that gratitude is the foundational way that you make this happen. He says, gratitude brings your whole mind in closer harmony with the creative energies of the universe. So this seems to us in 2023 like a pretty obvious thing. But again, take yourself back to 1910. This was a somewhat new idea for people. One of the other key points that he makes in this chapter is it's easy for us to look around, especially these days, with social media where you can find yourself dissatisfied with so many things. Here's what Wallace Waddles has to say about that. He says, and I'm quoting him here, the moment you permit your mind to dwell with dissatisfaction upon things as they are, you begin to lose ground. Fix your attention on the best is to surround yourself with the best, and you will become the best. To create a power within us makes us into the image of that which we give our attention. So he's saying, look, you can look out there and find all the things wrong with the world, and guess what you will get back? To that idea of thoughts are things, if you focus on what's wrong with the world, you're going to get back an experience of that. He's saying instead that you, as a grateful mind, you continually expect good things, and your expectation will become faith. So, bottom line, cultivate the habit of being grateful for everything that comes to you and give thanks continuously. That's the show for today. I'm grateful for you being here. If you like this episode, if you're grateful, please hit like if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to the podcast, you can express your gratitude by subscribing or following the show on your favorite podcast app. Until tomorrow's episode, when I talk about the next chapter from The Science of Getting Rich, thanks for watching.